Welcome to Dammam and Khobar. These two cities are in the Eastern Province of Saudi Arabia on the Arabian Gulf. Dammam has a population of just over 1 million people. After arriving in Dammam, I took an Uber from the train station to my hotel. This ride took about 20 minutes and cost 31 Riyal, or about $8 US.
Yeah?
Khobar is best.
Khobar is best. Oh, okay. Alhamdulillah.
Dammam, I'm living in Dammam, my house in Dammam. But I want work, I want to dinners, I want to hotel.
Yeah. Khobar. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm happy my hotel in Khobar.
Thank you for the ride, Captain Medchem. I stayed at the Holiday Inn Al Khobar Corniche, which has a very nice vibe. I liked the cafe in the courtyard, which was full of people at night, talking, drinking, not alcohol, but smoking shisha. I am not being sponsored, and my video is not a political message. This is simply a reflection of my time as a tourist in Saudi Arabia. The next morning, I took an Uber to the Dammam Corniche area. And it is Saturday, now about 1 p.m. and there is not a soul anywhere to be seen. In fact, outdoor life in Saudi Arabia only starts in the late afternoon. But once people are out, they will stay out until late at night, much longer than a little German tourist can stay awake. So, what to do? In this case, it's always advisable to get some food. I had hummus and delicious Arabic bread, which was quite similar to naan. I love the style of villas here in Dammam. This one looks quite Spanish. I walked about halfway around the bay and decided to check out the Marina Mall. It's now 3 p.m. and I should have guessed it. Everything is still closed. Ayo, not much to do in the mall, it's empty. But let's look on the bright side. This mall has all the American fast food chains one needs to be happy. KFC, Baskin Robbins, and Cinnabon! From this mall, it's a very short walk to downtown Dammam. And this area is quite nice, and at least there's a minimal amount of people on the streets. I spent quite some time walking around the Souq area. In fact, in most cities I went in Saudi Arabia, the old town / Souq was the area that I enjoyed the most. The luxury shopping malls are just not interesting to me. I'm now in downtown Dammam, and it's 4 o'clock, so more and more people are coming onto the streets. And we are now at the impressive looking King Fahad Mosque. I asked someone if I was allowed to go inside the mosque and take videos, and he said, yes, of course. So when I was inside, I was approached by someone else who was very polite, but he said it's not acceptable for me to go in the mosque if I am not Muslim. So I respect that, but this shows somehow that the etiquette for what is acceptable for a tourist to do is not yet fully established. And tourism is very new here, and it will take time for the etiquette to be established. I just laughed because someone almost bumped into me and then crouched down to pass underneath my camera. In fact, on this trip there were a few times where I did something that was not considered socially acceptable by some people. But really, not to worry. People always told me in the kindest and most polite form. Hello, assalamu alaikum. So this one is the number one. Iowa Medina. Name Iowa Medina. Okay. I was just looking at the date stand of these two gentlemen, and they gave me here some different dates from Saudi? Saudi?
Mecca, Medina.
To try. From Mecca, Medina. Shukran.
Okay.
Shukran jazilan.
عفوا.
And the people are so kind. They gave me one of each date type to try, and they explained to me where they are from, and they are all lazis. This was delicious, but dates are now not enough anymore. I'm hungry! I came to a cafe, and it's prayer time right now, so there's no service. I think this applies to most restaurants, cafes, that during the prayer time, of course, you can stay seated, you can stay in the restaurant, but service will only resume after the prayer time finishes. Though one time in Jeddah, I had to leave a restaurant in the middle of my meal because prayers were starting. Alright, we have some fool here, which is a bean-based dish, and some bread. And as you can see, and I've noticed, the portions in Saudi Arabia are gigantic. I walked around Dammam a bit more and then took an Uber to Khobar. Back in Khobar, I took this video, which to me perfectly sums up Saudi Arabia: Starbucks and mosques. The main attraction in Khobar is the long stretch of park along the sea, or Corniche. It's weekend today, and I found many people are out with their friends, families, children. The dim light you see here in the distance is the 25-kilometer bridge connecting Saudi Arabia and the island nation of Bahrain. I really enjoyed walking along the Khobar Corniche, and somehow thought that to fully experience Saudi Arabia, I should sleep during the daytime and only wake up in the mid-afternoon. I walked until the Al Khobar Sea Front Park. Please comment below if you understand what this says. And as such, another wonderful day came to a close. I will share many more adventures from my trip to Saudi Arabia, from Riyadh, Jeddah, Taif, and more in the coming weeks. So can't wait to see you next time.